Hello students and my dear friends, myself HR Chaudhary, working as assistant professor in the department of CSE, Engineering College Ajmer. So today we will have a lecture on accessibility testing. So we look at first topics to be covered in this lecture. Certain topics will cover in this lecture, remaining will cover in the next lecture. So the topics are, we can see here, the what is accessibility testing, why accessibility testing, and the which disabilities to support this accessibility testing, and how to do accessibility testing. So how we can perform the accessibility testing, and we will look at the different types of accessibility tools, and in the last we will look at different kinds of myths available in the accessibility testing. So we'll looking at those myths. So we start from the accessibility testing. What is accessibility testing? Accessibility testing is a type of system testing designed to determine whether individuals with disabilities will be able to use the system in question, which could be a software, hardware, or some other type of system. So we can see this is basically used or defined as a type of software testing performed to ensure that the application being tested is usable by the people with disabilities like hearing, color blindness, old age, and the other disadvantages groups. So it is a subset of usability testing, or it is also known as subset of usability testing. People with disabilities use assistive technologies which helps them in operating a software product. We can see the examples of such softwares. If we look at speech recognition software, it will convert the spoken word to the text and which serve as input to the computer. And another software is screen reader software, used to read out the text that is displayed on the screen. And another software is screen magnification software, that is used to enlarge the monitor and make reading easy of vision impaired users basically. Other one is the special keyboard that is made for the users for easy typing who have motor control difficulties basically. So these are the examples which is the softwares which is already used for the disabled people. Now we'll move forward that why accessibility testing. So why we should do the accessibility testing? We have a certain kind of regions, that's why we should perform the accessibility testing. So what are the regions? The first one is cater to market for disabled people. What does it mean? About 20% of the population has disabilities issues. In 1 in 10 people have a severe disabilities, and 1 in 2 people over 65 have reduced capabilities. Disabilities includes blindness, deaf, handicapped, or any other disorder in the body. A software product can cater to this big market if it's made disabled friendly. Accessibility issues in software can be resolved if accessibility testing is made part of normal software testing life cycle. Reason 2, the second reason is abide by the accessibility legislations. Government agencies all over the world have come up with the legislation which requires that IT products to be accessed by the disabled people, and the following certain kinds of legal acts by various government has been designed. If you look at the United States American with Disabilities Act 1990, United Kingdom Disability Discrimination Act 1995, Australia Disability Discrimination Act 1992, and the Ireland Disability Act of 2005. So these are the acts which have been developed to provide protection to the disabilities people basically. So to obeying of these acts, or to avoid the legal discriminations, we are implementing the disability or accessibility testing. Accessibility testing is important to ensure the legal compliances. And the third one is the avoid potential lawsuits, because we have a lot of lawsuits in the past. Fortune 500 companies have been shot because their products were not disabled friendly. Here a few prominent cases. If we talk, National Federation for the Blind, that is NFB versus Amazon 2007, the Sexton and NFB versus Target 2007, and NFB versus Oval Settlement 1999. So these are some cases which is already filed by the disabled people. So it's a best to create product which support disabled and avoid potential lawsuits. Now the next, which disabilities to support. So basically these are the disabilities which can be supported by the software, which should be supported by the software, or we should know what different kinds of disabilities may be there. So we start number one, vision disability. In vision disability, the complete blindness or a color blindness or a poor vision may be there, or it can be included. Vision problems like visual strobe or the flashing effects problems and these kind of problems may be there. So this is the vision disability. The second one, that is physical disability. In physical disability, we can consider a people who is not able to use the mouse or keyboard or with one hand, the poor motor skills like hand movement and the muscle slowness. So these are the things that can be included in the physical disability. Then we'll look at the cognitive disability. In cognitive disability, the learning difficulties or the poor memory or not able to understand more complex scenarios. So these are the things that can be covered under cognitive disability, or the people which can be covered under cognitive disability. Then we can look at the literacy disability. So this is a reading problem, writing problem, the lack of knowledge regarding the alphabets and then language and all kind of things are covered under the literacy disability. Then the hearing disability, the auditory problems like deafness and the hearing impairments, cannot able to hear or not able to hear the clearly. So these are the things which are covered in the hearing disabilities. So these are the things or disability problems which covers in the accessibility software. When you are developing or designing the software, we will keep in mind that these kind of disabilities may be there. So we'll design the software as per the use of these kind of people. Then we'll look the remaining things in the next lecture regarding the accessibility testing. So thank you.